wants you to weigh in on a plan to expand helicopter operations at Naval Base Coronado. Military reporter Alicia Dean joins us with a closer look at what the plan means to the base and its neighbors.
Well, Susan, two key words describe the helicopter project: upgrade and growth. North Island will be the primary base of operations for the next generation MH-60R anti-submarine Seahawk and the MH-60S Nighthawk, replacing the fleet of aging H-60 aircraft by 2016. North Island will host 4 additional squadrons. 3 are new and 1 is relocating from the East Coast. Now, here's what all that means in terms of the numbers: 52 new aircraft, 800 more people, and a 112,000 square foot hangar. While noise levels aren't expected to increase because of the helicopter expansion, you will hear helicopters flying a lot more often. And then there is the issue of traffic on Coronado.
Our estimate, our analysis say about a 2% increase, and the mitigations to accommodate that were largely covered in the third carrier supplemental EIS that was done several years ago. And a lot of those mitigations are already in place on base: increased traffic lights, some improvements at the gates, staggering working hours, those types of things.
Now, you can check out all the details on the project yourself and go on the record on whether you love it or hate it at an open house tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Coronado Community Center. Now, public comment on the project ends on March 28th. Alicia Dean, NBC, San Diego.
Alicia, thanks very much. In Libya tonight, forces loyal to Muammar Gaddafi continue.
Back to you.
Meanwhile, Camp Pendleton Marines are expanding humanitarian efforts in Japan. Our military affairs reporter Alicia Dean is here to explain that part of the story. Alicia.
Well, Mark, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment is part of a force of more than 4,000 Marines and sailors that just arrived off the coast of Japan. This morning, 2 Marines with critical roles in the relief effort explained how they'll get help to communities outside of Sendai that haven't received much attention until now.
What we hear from all the aircrew that come back from surveillance and reconnaissance is just the level of complete destruction.
To actually come here and help other nations, to help people that are in need, and it's one of the best feelings you can, because you can have, especially when their whole world's been turned upside down.
Captain Michael Huck and Lieutenant Matthew Hayes of 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines organizing a humanitarian aid effort in a place where a meal, a drink of water, staying warm are all luxuries.
You may not realize how cold it is, so blankets and warm clothing have been determined as one of the big needs, as well as medicine and fuel.
Watching the lines of cars getting gas reminded me of the early 80s back in the States.
The 2-5 arrived off the coast of Japan Friday as part of the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit. An advance team was sent to Akita to assess conditions on the ground, while supply flights targeting isolated communities to the north were organized.
Some of these are small fishing villages or even semi-large towns or small cities that are up there along the coast that were just devastated, as the captain said earlier, by a tsunami.
Knowing they face a long road ahead, the Marines sent this message to worried loved ones back home.
We're safe. We're doing everything we can to protect ourselves and the affected people in Japan.
Now, right now, there are no plans for the 2-5 to conduct operations in areas that are immediately at risk for nuclear radiation contamination. Still, as a precaution, everyone in the unit received training on how to handle chemical, nuclear, and biological hazards. Radiation levels are also being monitored. Alicia Dean, NBC, San Diego.
Meanwhile, as Japan scrambles to control radiation coming from its nuclear reactors, many state lawmakers are left wondering if